Counting Cars and Counts Customs were both created by Danny Koker. The reason behind the bearded car maniac's retreat from the limelight has been the subject of much speculation. However, the fact is that no one seems to know what happened to Danny. That's why we're digging into the truth by doing some research. The plot twists and plans of the Counting Cars star are about to be revealed, so get ready. What will he reveal? Hearing the full story might surprise you. Early beginning. Counting Cars, hosted by Danny Koker, airs on the History Channel. Cleveland, Ohio, USA, was the site of his birth on the 5th of January, 1964. Because his dad worked at the Ford Motor Company, Danny and his cousins and other relatives spent a lot of time around vintage automobiles and other vehicles when he was a kid. Within this setting, Danny's interest in cars and their inner workings initially blossomed. At the age of 8, he received a cruiser as a present from his father, who was working at Ford Motor Company at the time. This set the stage for his lifelong fascination with cars. It wasn't mere chance that Koker had an intrinsic passion for anything automotive. Because of his father's influence and his family's history, it was profoundly embedded in his DNA. Koker has an impressive resume, but he has mostly taught himself the ropes of car repair and modification. His official training in the industry was limited to a few automotive and shop subjects in high school. He got his hands filthy outside of class, dismantling and reassembling different devices to figure out how they worked, and that's when he learned the most. He would go on to achieve great success in the car business thanks to this practical attitude. But what started as a little pastime quickly turned into something far bigger than he had anticipated. At the time, he had no idea that his love of auto repair would lead to a successful career in television. However, how long will that successful TV career endure? What will happen to him now that he's in the spotlight? He wouldn't even be able to anticipate it. In the end, what happens to Counting Cars' Danny Koker? Many viewers are curious about his life outside of the show, despite his popularity there. Danny has had a roller coaster ride of a life, from growing up in an automotive family to becoming a famous TV personality. The conclusion of the truth is revealed in this video. Stay tuned for a surprise in the conclusion. Early experiences with car restoration. Neither appreciating nor driving vehicles was the extent of Koker's interest in them. He devoted a great deal of time to their completion. As a pastime that grew into a successful company, he and his father began restoring cars and motorbikes when he was very little. A 1979 Camaro Z28 was the initial vehicle that truly captivated him in terms of repair and personalization. Koker chose to disassemble his first vehicle and modify it extensively, turning it into a street-style Can-Am racer. His career-defining fearlessness in automobile repair was on full display in this undertaking. A passion for auto repair that he developed while spending time with his father blossomed into a full-fledged profession. Koker built his own restoration and modification business, Counts Customs, on a foundation of hard labor and devotion to the automotive restoration and customization industry. Thanks to his meteoric rise to fame, he was able to feature on Pawn Stars on the History Channel and go on to star in his spin-off series, Counting Cars. Throughout the show's 10 seasons, Koker's lifelong love affair with cars, which began when he was a little boy, was on full display. The vehicle repair and modification sector is home to Danny Koker, whose rise to fame is a story of passion, perseverance, and self-learning that begins with his childhood fascination with cars in Detroit and Cleveland. He had a spectacular career that has left an everlasting effect on the automotive industry, which began with his early childhood experiences with vehicles, both via his father's tutelage and his exploratory endeavors. How to Count Cars. A journey Danny Koker's insatiable need for automobiles propelled him to stardom on Counting Cars. As a result of his intense passion, he traveled to Sin City, where he had an encounter with Pawn Stars star Rick Harrison that changed his life. During this meeting, Koker was given the nickname The Count, which he would carry with him as his fame expanded. Danny uprooted his life in the late 1980s and settled in Sin City, where he opened Count's Tattoo Company. He combined his two passions, cars and tattoos, into this endeavor. This establishment laid the foundation for what is now known as Counts Customs by rapidly becoming a mecca for ink and automobile lovers. The Counting Cars series revolved around this shop that specialized in restoring and customizing automobiles. Even as a young boy, Koker had an unhealthy preoccupation with cars. Growing up in a household where mechanics ran in the family, He spent a lot of time in the garage repairing and customizing old automobiles, which immersed him in a world of gears, fuel, and grease. His future in the car industry was greatly influenced by these formative years. Danny Koker's reputation for restoring neglected automobiles at his Nevada custom shop, Count's Customs, preceded his creation of counting cars, which many people were unaware of. In the early 2000s, it was at this store that Koker established his reputation in the business. His connection to Pawn Stars Rick Harrison further cemented his place in the car industry. Harrison frequently had Koker appraise his old muscle vehicles, allowing him to flaunt his skills in front of a national television audience. The birth of counting cars. In 2012, the History Channel decided to debut Counting Cars, a series that would chronicle Koker's adventures in repairing and customizing a broad variety of automobiles from bygone periods. This was the moment that marked the turning point. The sitcom did not waste any time in winning over the hearts of fans, and it lasted for an astonishing 10 seasons. Count's Customs was the subject of this documentary, which detailed the everyday activities that took place there and highlighted the efforts that the crew made to restore historic bikes and vehicles to their former splendor. Not only did Counting Cars establish Danny Koker as a legend in the field of automobile customization and restoration, but it also enabled him to demonstrate his ability to lead a group of individuals who are accomplished in their respective fields. The series offered a comprehensive examination of the creative process that underpinned each project, beginning with its conception and ending with its conclusion. Additionally, it highlighted the occasional disagreements that emerged, which added a dimension of human appeal to the technological wizardry that was on exhibit. A behind-the-scenes look into the world of automobile transformation was provided to viewers by Danny Koker through his show Counting Cars, in which he presented his most memorable restorations and modifications. The series introduced us to a wide variety of automobiles, ranging from Cadillacs to hot rods, as well as iconic cars and celebrity rides, so displaying the team's commitment to achieving the highest possible standards. This path from a simple pastime to a cherished automotive utopia, which is shown in Counting Cars, exemplifies the passion and competence that Koker has in the field of car repair and modification. Danny Koker's business ventures beyond television. When it comes to becoming an entrepreneur, Danny Koker has expanded beyond television. His varied interests and commercial savvy are on full display in his many endeavors. Standout among Koker's endeavors is the one-of-a-kind Count's Vamped Rock Bar and Grill in Las Vegas, Nevada. Koker established Count's Vamped, widely recognized for its unique combination of Gothic style, motorbike culture, and rock music atmosphere. Dark and melancholy rooms decorated with Gothic design create an ambiance that connects with Koker's particular interests and passions, providing guests with an immersive experience. Koker's band, Count 77, would frequently play live music at Count's Vamped, which caused it to become famous among both residents and visitors. Diners who share Koker's love of classic design and rock and roll are drawn to the restaurant's one-of-a-kind atmosphere, which is the result of the seamless integration of themed decor, music, and cuisine. Soon after, he branched out into the hotel and car industries as well. Koker has proven over and again that he can turn his passions into lucrative businesses by expanding his influence beyond Count's Vamped into the hospitality industry. People from all around flock to the restaurant to enjoy the unique atmosphere, which is a reflection of Koker's complex personality. Koker has diversified his business empire with other entertainment and car restoration companies, in addition to Count's Vamped. At the center of Koker's automotive empire, Count's Customs, you can find top-notch auto restoration and modification services that are sure to turn heads. Customers come from all over the globe to Count's Customs because of their stellar reputation in the car market. Even though viewers are demanding fresh episodes, Count's Customs has hinted at a possible cancellation. The series last aired in 2021, and since then, Danny Koker has been noticeably absent. The performance may have stopped, but the real work is far from done. Thanks to Koker's vision, fame, and impeccable reputation, the business keeps cranking out high-end customized. Famous people, including basketball greats and music stars, are always seeking the Count's help with legal disputes and scandals because of his celebrity status and extensive network. Despite all the glitz and glitter, Danny Koker and Count's Customs have had their fair share of financial and legal problems along the way. Not only have these obstacles put Koker and his team's resiliency under strain, but they have also tarnished their reputation in the car business. Joseph Frontiera, an accountant at Counts Customs, was embroiled in a major court battle for Koker after facing severe allegations of fraud and embezzlement. An astounding $188,000 penalty was levied by the Internal Revenue Service as a result of this incident, which had a devastating effect based on Koker's business. It is clear how serious the issue is, since such a penalty would have a devastating effect on Counts Customs' financial viability. By incurring a large IRS penalty, Frontiera's actions had far-reaching consequences that went beyond simple money losses, highlighting the gravity of the misappropriation. Koker has had legal issues. He was sentenced to 3 years of probation after being involved in litigation involving the alleged illegal removal of a car. One thing he learned from this was how important it is to follow the rules set down by the law. The probation served as a harsh lesson of the repercussions of breaking the law and the need to be honest in business interactions, even for Danny Koker, who is well known. Danny and his crew encountered a major obstacle in the form of a lawsuit brought against Counts Customs in 2014, which was 2 years after the launch of Counting Cars. The lawsuit revolved around claims that the owner's goal of owning a 1967 Ford Mustang had become a nightmare due to incomplete work that had not been started as promised. The complexity of running a high-profile company, the real individuals involved, and their expectations were all brought to light in this litigation, which served as a sobering reminder of the downsides of having a celebrity on television in the car industry. As Counting Cars soared in popularity, the spotlight on Counts Customs intensified, bringing with it a cascade of challenges beyond the cameras and the glimmer of restored cars. The business faced the realities of rapid growth and public expectations, a period marked by both operational and legal complexities as Danny navigated the intricate balance between creative aspirations and the practicalities of running a successful enterprise. These legal battles weren't isolated incidents, but rather compounded the financial turmoil Koker faced. The combination of embezzlement accusations, IRS penalties, and personal legal entanglements presented substantial challenges to the financial health of Counts Customs. The fallout from these legal battles not only strained the company's resources, but also tarnished its reputation as legal woes often do. In addition to legal battles, Koker's financial struggles were further exacerbated by challenges within his company. Financial mismanagement within Counts Customs led to additional legal headaches and financial strains, likely compounding the external legal battles and creating a perfect storm of financial turmoil for Koker and his business. The journey through these legal challenges and controversies has been a test of resilience and integrity for Danny Koker and his team at Counts Customs. Despite these hurdles, their commitment to automotive excellence and passion for restoration continued to drive them forward, navigating through the stormy waters of legal and financial challenges. Public perception versus reality. Reality television often portrays a world filled with drama and intrigue seemingly occurring in every episode. However, this portrayal is far from the truth in the real world. Shows like Counting Cars are known to script events to some extent, creating an unrealistic representation of daily operations. The show's portrayal of Danny Koker's shop, Counts Customs, as a place where every customer leaves 100% satisfied, masks the reality that not all customers are happy with their service. Furthermore, the excessive interpersonal drama showcased is largely exaggerated for the sake of entertainment, highlighting the disparity between the televised world and actual business operations. While Counting Cars excels at showcasing awe-inspiring vehicle transformations, the reality of customer satisfaction varies significantly. Criticism at Counts Customs has come from behind the scenes, where there have been heated employee fights, dissatisfied clients, and contrived drama. There was a disconnect between the shop's on-camera claims and the quality of their actual work when they were sued for a botched repair. There have been complaints about poor craftsmanship in online evaluations as well, which may indicate that the company is more concerned with producing projects suitable for television than providing good service to its regular clients. When it comes to Counting Cars, one of the most common misunderstandings is the time required to restore a vehicle. The show gives an inaccurate portrayal of the restoration procedure, since it drastically cuts it short. The shop works on numerous projects at once, and it can take up to a year to finish a build, which is not as fast as it looks on television. This distortion gives the impression that restoring an automobile is easier than it is, and it ignores the crew's tireless efforts. As shown by the allegations surrounding Danny Koker's private life and the current state of counting cars, misleading rumors have the power to shape public opinion. It is critical to pay attention to confirmed information, despite rumors regarding Koker's health and the show's termination. While Counting Cars has not shown any new episodes recently, speculation on its cancellation persists, and rumors of Koker's or his wife's demise have been dispelled. The significance of differentiating between fact and fiction is highlighted by these instances, particularly when it pertains to well-known individuals and media outlets. In conclusion, Counting Cars' depiction of Danny Koker and Count's traditions frequently differs from the actual circumstances surrounding automobile restoration and the experiences of customers. Customer satisfaction, project timetables, and handling the effect of false rumors are more challenging realities than the show's dramatic restorations and interpersonal interactions, which engage the imagination. Reality TV viewers should approach the shows with a critical eye, recognizing their entertainment value without thinking they are seeing a documentary on the car repair business. This is important because public perception and reality don't often match up. Not only has Danny Koker become famous because of the hit reality show Counting Cars, but he has also had a major influence on the car industry. His meteoric rise from a devoted fan to a legendary figure in the restoration and personalization of classic cars is indicative of his skill, talent, and impact on the automotive and entertainment industries. Nobody has been able to ignore Danny's knowledge and enthusiasm for cars. Many enthusiasts and aspiring mechanics and customizers have been impressed by his knowledge and abilities in counting cars. A new generation of automotive restoration and modification enthusiasts have been inspired by his hands-on approach and creative vision. In addition to his work in film, Danny has been instrumental in the preservation of automobile history. When he restores vintage automobiles, he does it for more than just show. It entails giving new life to the history and legends that these vehicles embody. Because of his careful management, he is well liked at auto shows and other community events, where he freely imparts his wisdom and enthusiasm. Even in his forays into entrepreneurship, Danny leaves his mark. A music recording studio and Count's vamped rock bar and grill are examples of his many hobbies. These companies are involved in more than simply making money. They're people who have a passion for things like automobiles, music, and cuisine may gather. Looking ahead, Danny continues to push the boundaries of creativity and innovation in the automotive world. His current projects reflect a desire to explore new horizons, from unique restoration projects to embracing cutting-edge technology in car customization. This ongoing evolution and growth bring to light his role as a trailblazer in the field. Perhaps the most enduring aspect of Danny's legacy is the impact he has had on those aspiring to follow in his footsteps. He exemplifies how passion, dedication, and a willingness to learn can turn ambitious dreams into reality. His journey inspires future generations of car enthusiasts, business owners, and artists to pursue their passions relentlessly. Danny Koker's contributions to the automotive community extend far beyond his television persona. Through his work, he has become a steward of automotive history, an inspirational figure for aspiring mechanics, and an entrepreneurial force. His passion for cars, music, and community building continues to leave an indelible mark on the automotive world and its enthusiasts. Another aspect of Danny Koker, the musician. Counting Cars has brought Danny Koker immense renown for his automotive expertise and magnetic personality, but his love of music goes well back before he became famous on television. His late father had a significant impact on Koker's musical path, and his enthusiasm for music is more than just a pastime. To showcase his abilities outside of television and automobile repair, he formed his band, Count 77, which was a logical extension of his lifelong involvement with music. As a child, Danny Koker was engrossed in music, thanks to the musical gifts passed down from his father. The legendary composer and vocalist pianist, who was his father, laid the groundwork for his son's musical career by exposing him to music at an early age. The fact that Koker was able to perform at Carnegie Hall at the tender age of 11 is evidence of both his inherent skill and the influence of his early musical instruction. Count 77 came to be by a fortuitous combination of circumstances, beginning with an unscheduled jam session at a Las Vegas bar. The development of a band that would go on to carve out a place for itself in the rock music world began during this session which also revived Koker's enthusiasm for music. With lead guitarist Stoney Curtis, guitarist Joni Zito, bassist Barry Barnes, and drummer Paul DeCibio all on board, the band had a special connection and were all driven by the same musical goals. In 2014, the band released their self-titled studio album after adding Tommy Paris on vocals and keyboards, which completed their sound. The commitment to music that Koker showed on this record, and during the band's live appearances in rock clubs, started long before his television career. Even though Count 77 had been playing in local venues for quite some time before the debut of Counting Cars, many fans still link Danny Koker's musical career with his success on television. Their musical origins were deep and unrelated to the television limelight, but the show's popularity gave them a platform to reach a broader audience. If you want to know how the band evolved naturally and how much music meant to Koker, you need to know this difference. When it comes to Danny Koker, music is about much more than that. It helps him remember his father and move on from his grief. It served as a means for him to cope. You can feel the profound emotion in the band's performances and songs because he says music is good for his soul. Songs like Stand Tall and End of the Day from their most recent album are quite introspective, reflecting the trials and triumphs of Koker's life, such as his connection to the network and a difficult commercial collaboration. After establishing himself as lead singer and guitarist for Count 77, Danny Koker was able to take his musical talents outside of the realm of television and into the music industry. The band's passionate shows and Koker's unwavering commitment have won him a devoted following, adding depth to his complex character. In addition to his work in television, Koker has achieved success as a musician through his work with Count 77 and other projects. In conclusion, Danny Koker's musical side showcases his multi-talented personality and his profound affinity for music, which is deeply ingrained in his personal history and inherited from his family. From performing at Carnegie Hall as a child to leading Count 77, Koker's journey in music complements his achievements in the automotive world, offering a richer understanding of the Count beyond his television persona. How Counting Cars changed reality TV. Since its inception, Counting Cars has significantly altered the face of reality television, particularly in the automotive restoration genre. This transformation can be attributed to several key factors that not only elevated the show's status, but also set new benchmarks for reality TV programming. One of the standout features of Counting Cars is its unique approach to blending the technical aspects of car restoration with the personal stories of the team involved. This combination has proven to be a winning formula, attracting a diverse audience base. The show delves into the intricate details of automotive restoration, providing viewers with a behind-the-scenes look at the craftsmanship required to bring classic vehicles back to life. At the same time, it focuses on the personal journeys and relationships of Danny the Count Koker and his team, making the show more relatable and engaging for the audience. By successfully showcasing a niche industry and its passionate enthusiasts, the show has opened doors for other reality programs to explore lesser-known subcultures and communities. This expansion has enriched the genre, offering viewers a wider range of content that goes beyond traditional reality TV formats. A more dramatic approach has been included in the presenting style of vehicle restoration exhibitions as a result of the show, which has also contributed to this trend. The restoration process has been made more interesting and amusing as a result of this dramatization, which has established a standard for future programs that fall under the same category. When it came to embracing this new method, Counting Cars was one of the pioneers. They combined the thrill of dramatic narrative with the technical aspects of automobile repair. When it comes to tackling current concerns, such as environmental rules that have an impact on historic automobiles, Counting Automobiles has not been shy about doing so. The fact that this part of the performance adds a depth of realism to the presentation reflects the difficulties that car enthusiasts confront while attempting to adapt to the necessities of current times. Additionally, the show's open and honest conversations on subjects such as sustainability and climate change contribute to its authenticity, which resonates with viewers who value a true picture of the automobile industry. Even though Counting Cars has been praised for its genuineness and the fact that it contains interesting information, it has also been subjected to criticism since certain aspects of the show are contrived. There have been discussions among viewers concerning the authenticity of reality television because of this component of the genre, which involves the presentation of stage scenes as if they were real. Although these complaints have been leveled against the crew at Counts Customs, it is indisputable that they possess both talent and enthusiasm, which demonstrates their commitment to the restoration of automobiles. In conclusion, it is indisputable that Counting Cars has introduced viewers to the complex world of vehicle repair while simultaneously merging it with captivating personal storylines. This has resulted in a significant transformation in the face of reality television. The show can captivate a diverse audience, which is the key to its success. This audience includes those who are passionate about automobiles, as well as others who are interested in the human tales that lie behind the cars. Counting Cars will be regarded as a pioneering reality television show that broadened the scope of the genre and left an indelible mark not just on viewers, but also on the automotive world. This will be the case as reality television continues to develop. Can you tell me what happened to Danny Koker, the character from Counting Cars? Even though Counting Cars has not been broadcast on television in recent years, Danny Koker continues to be an active figure in the realms of both the automobile industry and the entertainment industry. His unwavering love for automobiles and music continues to have a significant impact on his life and profession, which demonstrates that there is a great deal more to Koker than simply his celebrity status on television. Visitors who are interested in Danny Koker and the automotive wonders he has created have the opportunity to have a close look at Counts Customs. The official website provides visitors with the opportunity to take free tours of the shop daily, during which they may marvel at some of the most famous creations from the show's history. Koker has not been content to simply display his automobiles. He has also developed a museum within the premises of the business. Not only does this location showcase his art, but it also allows fans to purchase one-of-a-kind goods, which further extends the Counting Cars experience beyond the confines of the screen. Danny Koker is seen intensely absorbed in his musical background and is back with Count 77 when he is not working in the garage. This is in addition to his involvement in the automobile industry. By performing with his band, Counts 77, Koker has taken advantage of the chance to return to his musical beginnings and explore his musical heritage. Koker's diverse abilities and his deep-seated enthusiasm for music are on full display in this metal band, which focuses on rock from the 1970s. The band, which was established almost 10 years ago, is still going strong, and there are plans to perform on New Year's Eve. This will further solidify Koker's position as a renowned person in the music field, in addition to his role as an expert in the automobile industry. Corey, who is married to Koker, has been actively involved in the expansion of the Counts brand. This is in addition to the fact that he is involved in the music and vehicle restoration industries. The Counts Vamped Rock Bar in Las Vegas, which is a place where Count 77 is scheduled to perform, was opened by her, and she is now managing the establishment. Through the combination of their individual pursuits and corporate endeavors, this relocation exemplifies the family's concerted attempt to preserve the history of the Counts. Koker's enthusiasm for automobiles and his captivating personality have never diminished, even though he has been confronted with a variety of personal and professional problems, such as court disputes and health crises. His journey from being a teenage car enthusiast to being a television celebrity and company owner in Las Vegas is a tribute to his dedication and enthusiasm for the motorsports industry. The life that Koker leads now, which is full of rock music and amazing antique vehicles, is a reflection of his diverse nature and his dedication to the things that he is passionate about. What Danny Koker will never do is take his supporters for granted. This is something he would never do. The level of involvement that Koker maintains with his followers and the community has not decreased. The Facebook page for Counts Customs is bustling with activity, providing followers with a view into the various projects and events that are taking on at the shop. By maintaining an active presence on the internet, fans can maintain their connection to the world of Koker and anxiously anticipate his next musical performance or automobile masterpiece. A brilliant tapestry of Danny Koker's persistent hobbies, his life after counting automobiles is a dynamic and colorful tapestry. In addition to singing with his band and maintaining a rock bar, Koker continues to inspire and delight others with his wide range of activities, which include providing free tours of Counts Customs and managing a museum. His path demonstrates that pursuing one's aspirations is important, and that any desire can be achieved with hard work and perseverance. It educates everyone who is observant about the significance of following one's dreams. Upon reflection of Danny Koker's path, it becomes abundantly evident that his influence reaches far beyond the realm of the screen. He had an impact on the automotive community, served as a source of motivation for aspiring technicians and customizers, and established a legacy that was founded on commitment and enthusiasm. We appreciate you watching. Now is the time to click on the next video that appears on your screen so that you may experience further amazing stories that reveal the truth about your favorite characters.